It's one of those stories that takes off like wildfire, even when there's no match to light the flame. You're scrolling through YouTube, and suddenly, video after video is flashing dramatic titles about the Dodgers' claims that Teoscar, Hernandez, and Mookie Betts got into a locker room fight, and worse, that both have been suspended by the team. Some thumbnails even show photoshopped images of them squaring off like it's a boxing match. But here's the thing: there's no fire, no smoke, and no source. It's just pure fabrication. The Los Angeles Dodgers are no strangers to media attention. They're one of the most followed and scrutinized teams in all of Major League Baseball. With their big-name stars, deep postseason history, and a recent World Series win, every move they make on and off the field gets picked apart from every angle. That kind of spotlight is a double-edged sword. When something real happens, it's everywhere. But that same visibility also makes the team a prime target for clickbait. So, let's set the record straight on this so-called clubhouse brawl involving Teoscar, Hernandez, and Mookie Betts. As of now, and this has been consistent across every credible sports news outlet, there is zero evidence, none whatsoever, that a fight took place. There have been no reports from trusted journalists, no team statements, and not even a hint of confirmation from the players themselves. And when you're dealing with a team like the Dodgers, if something like this had happened, you better believe it wouldn't stay secret for long. This rumor began surfacing across multiple YouTube channels toward the end of May. These videos didn't cite any sources, didn't include any credible interviews, and were clearly designed to attract views rather than deliver actual information. They used titles like Dodgers Suspend Teoscar, Hernandez, Mookie Betts After Locker Room Fight, a headline that, at first glance, makes you stop and wonder. But then you click through the actual video, or better yet, you do a quick fact check and it becomes clear there's no real story behind it. Just a lot of noise. Now, let's talk about what's actually going on with Teoscar, Hernandez, and Mookie Betts. Starting with Teoscar, he's currently sidelined, but not because of any suspension. He's rehabbing an ankle injury that's kept him on the injured list. That information is public, confirmed by team reports and discussed by analysts across the league. It's frustrating for sure. He's been a valuable presence in the Dodgers lineup, both as a power bat and a veteran leader. But his absence is strictly due to health, and the team is hopeful he'll return soon once he completes his rehab assignment. As for Mookie Betts, he's very much still in the lineup. He has been playing day to day, but again, this is related to lingering physical issues, specifically a toe injury he dealt with back in late May. The Dodgers have been cautious with him, which is smart. They're thinking long-term, making sure he's healthy for the postseason run rather than pushing him too hard now and risking a bigger problem later. That's standard operating procedure for a player of his caliber. And through all of this, there's been zero indication of any internal drama, let alone something that would lead to disciplinary action or a suspension. Let's also look at the culture of the Dodgers clubhouse. This is a team that has long been praised for its chemistry. Mookie Betts, in particular, is known for his leadership, professionalism, and calming influence. He's not just a star on the field, he's respected in the locker room. When the Dodgers brought him in, part of the reason was because of what he brings to team dynamics. He sets a tone, helps young players adjust, and keeps things light when needed. If there really were a conflict involving him, it would be totally out of character. The same goes for Teoscar, Hernandez. He's bounced around a bit in his career, from the Astros to the Blue Jays to the Mariners before landing in LA. And everywhere he's gone, teammates have spoken positively about him. He's known as a guy who keeps to himself, does his job, and shows up ready to play. Not the type to get into shouting matches, let alone physical altercations. Of course, tensions do run high in a professional sports environment. There are egos. There's pressure. There are long travel days and grueling schedules. That's true for every team. And yes, sometimes players disagree, sometimes voices are raised. But those moments are rare, and they almost never reach the point of physical confrontation. Especially not with veterans like Betts and Hernandez, who have both been around long enough to know how to manage emotions. So why do these kinds of rumors take off? The simple answer is, They're easy to believe if you don't look too closely. People love drama. They love the idea of a behind-the-scenes implosion, especially when it involves big-name stars. And on platforms like YouTube, where engagement is king, creators sometimes prioritize attention over accuracy. A sensational title can drive clicks, which leads to views, which leads to ad revenue. Whether the content is real or not almost becomes irrelevant in that system. But that's also why it's so important to approach this stuff with a critical eye. When you see a headline like Dodgers suspend Betts and Hernandez, the first question you should ask is, who's reporting this? Is it ESPN? Is it The Athletic? Is it MLB.com? If not, take a beat. Because if it's just a random video with no sources, chances are, it's fiction. And this goes beyond just one story. The Dodgers have dealt with this kind of misinformation before. There were fake stories during the trade deadline last year about infighting between pitchers. There were rumors about front office shakeups that never happened. And every time, fans get stirred up, start arguing online, only to later realize the original story wasn't even true. It's exhausting, and frankly, it's unfair to the players. These guys already deal with enough pressure on the field. Adding fabricated drama to the mix just creates unnecessary distractions. Imagine being Teoscar Hernandez right now. You're focused on getting healthy, trying to get back in the lineup, and suddenly your name is trending because of a fake fight you weren't even involved in. That's got to be frustrating. The Dodgers organization has also made it a point not to address these kinds of rumors unless they absolutely have to. That's by design. If they commented on every false headline, they'd never get anything done. So instead, they focus on what they can control: building a winning team, managing injuries, and staying locked in on the season. And let's not forget, this is a team with championship aspirations. After winning it all in 2024, they're looking to repeat, and they built a roster that absolutely has that potential. Even with injuries, even with lineup shuffling, the Dodgers are a force. They've got depth, they've got elite pitching, and they've got veteran hitters who know how to deliver in clutch moments. The focus is on baseball, not baseless gossip. That's not to say the media doesn't have a role to play. Journalists who actually do the work, who talk to players, attend practices, follow up on leads, they're essential. They help tell the real stories, the ones that actually matter. Like Freddie Freeman stepping away from the team to be with his son, who was battling a terrifying medical condition. That was a real, emotional moment. The kind of story that shows the human side of these athletes. And when Freeman returned, the standing ovation he received was a reminder of what really brings people together: compassion, respect, and shared love for the game. Compare that to a fake locker room fight story.